liberals make all the time is they accuse fascists of being fascist. And this is similar to the idea they accuse racists of being racist. I mean, if you accuse someone of being a fascist who is a fascist, or someone who accuse someone of being a racist who is a racist, it's not a criticism, right? It's a compliment because they're going to say, exactly, that's the idea. That's what I'm trying to say, that racism or fascism is good. And liberals have to learn that simply accusing someone of being illiberal is not a very productive way of advancing an argument that liberalism is more appealing than fascism. We have to go up a level of abstraction. We have to go up to a level where that identifies why certain people think being a fascist or being a racist or being a liberal is good, and explain why we think it's not good. Because if we don't do that, we're not really engaging with the the fundamental concerns that are driving people. Now, when I talk about fundamental concerns, what am I talking about? Um, if one has a moral system, right, one has some general moral values that one embraces, and then one builds arguments for saying, how do these tell us how to behave? Now, these general moral principles can be are very general, right? They are expressed to things like, well, we should always treat people with equal concern and respect. Well, how do we do that, right? That needs to be further explained before it can be applied to many situations. So there can be many instances where we're trying to further refine those views and then apply them to a specific situation. And liberals can disagree about how we've interpreted that more general value and what it requires us to do. But that's very different than arguing with someone who believes people shouldn't be treated with equal concern and respect. In fact, there's a rigid, comprehensive social hierarchy which determines what status ranking people hold. And that in every interaction between people, one person is worth more moral concern and respect than the other person. And that what we have to do is determine status rankings, and that tells us what to do. Now, if one believes in that, it's a very different argument that one has to make than if one is arguing about how do we cash out the idea of equal concern and respect. And so again, we have to go up a level of abstraction if we're going to really engage with someone who believes these kinds of things and really make any argumentative progress.